Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is. We are live. A little late today. Usually do it at 10. But, I didn't think I'd be able to get any really in this week since the kids were home. But they wanted to go with their daddy early. So, like, okay, where you go. We've had a rough start to the year. Day 3, well, it's crying, but that's okay. It's okay. Still clearing and release to let all the good things come in. So, got a smudge here to go. Wingishni Bay Majeki Kwe, Sweetgrass Water Medicine Woman. That's me. Christiana Carr. And Chris Carr, Superstar. Yeah. This divine being right here. And who might you be, you divine being? Right there? Right? Well, you're really not there. You're here. But you're not here. You're there. To meet there. But you're never there. You're always here. Because once you get there, you say, I'm here. Ha ha ha. Right? Let's get out of our heads, right? Sometimes we go over stuff too much. We get caught up in here. That's why I thought maybe we'll do that morning star spread. Tells us the lesson of the day, the keynote of the day, the lesson or the blessing of the day, and then the challenge of the day or the lesson in that day. Whatever day you is you're watching this, or whatever you want to apply it to, it's for us all. And then, of course, we get the gifts from Morningstar, a gift from Grandfather, Son, and then a gift we have to share. So we can do this on a daily spread. It's one of my favorites, and I haven't done it in a while, so I thought, hey, let's do it. And it rhymes. Morningstar spread, get us out of our heads. Huh? Okay. Swinging. Yeah, I just had some tears, too. I made a video yesterday, but I didn't upload it. Kind of made it for myself. Toured around my whole house. But grief, tears, big time. So again, that's me kind of filtering too, because I don't want to cause anybody else sadness or crying. But I think if we're crying, it's because we can relate to that, right? When things move us in our emotions, I feel that that's something, because we can connect to that. We have felt that before. We know what that feels like. Like when somebody does something, we trip over our own feet or whatever, and then we see somebody else doing, we're laughing. It's somebody else does it too. It's not that we're laughing at that person. We're laughing because we can relate to that. We cry when we're moved by something because we can relate to that in some way, right? In some way, whether consciously or unconsciously, that we're aware of it or not. Oh, today there's a radio show program starting at 8 with the founder, the president of the Transformational Arts College, Gord Rydell. Oh, I love him. I do. And Jan Hill. Oh, Dr. Jan Hill, right? She's a doctor of sociology, I believe. She's a sociologist. So I'm assuming that's where her doctorate is. Don't mark my words. You can ask her yourself. But they're doing a little radio show. I've put links on it through Begin Within. Yeah, things worth considering. So that Gord has a way to really get you thinking, right? He helped to design that program at the school. And what amazing, powerful program that spiritual director and the spiritual psychotherapy courses are. I mean, I took those personally. I'm sure the rest of them are really powerful too, right? But amazing. So I highly recommend that. I believe that's on tonight at 8. So the links are on my personal Facebook and on the Begin Within Facebook, and I think I even shared it on the SOS Tech group. So check it out. Yay, because you'll be listening with me then, hey? If the kids are in bed, well, because they're gone early, they're coming home early, so then I get regular bedtimes. Smudging. So, yeah, let's get that focus kind of scattered because over the place. Big grieving. Went to visit my BBS last night because I'm like, what are you doing? I'm lonely, right? So all the kids are in bed. She's just around the corner. Then there's even that still in me. I'm like, right? Leaving my kids alone. Oh, no. I'm around the corner. 15, 10. The other one was sleeping. And the 10-year-old was in bed too, right? So it's okay. That's my self-care, Mom. It's really important for us to have that. whether you're a mom, a caregiver in any way, we need to take care of ourselves. We need to know that's okay and required. Our own oxygen mask. For me, I even have to say I'm putting this oxygen mask on so I can be there more for everybody else. So I can. I'm still doing my self-care for others. I need to switch that for myself too, right? Because I deserve that just like everyone else. So, believe me, I understand. I understand. It's a hard shift to do. Because it's so ingrained in our society, in our ways. This is especially for us women. It's there for all of us to some extent, right? Smudge. Oh, the pain, I tell you. Right, to our hearts, bring to our throat, into our mouth, right? So those words pass up through and cleanse before they come out. We join our mental, right? And we have to bring that down into our system before it comes out our mouth, right? They need to meet in the middle. Find that balance in the ear so we can hear those beautiful words that are said to us from others and from our loving guides. And all over our aura, right? Eyes so we can see the beauty all around us. And of course that third eye that looks within so we can see that beauty within us because it's within us all. We're all amazing, beautiful beings. My smudge is going out. I have to relight. It's okay. Oops. I can light the match. It's good. There we go. There. Okay. So for you, cleanse our space. Now you can do it along with me, but if you feel better, make it feel like coming towards you. Clear out. Clear out. Okay, I'm going to use the owl again. Now we deceive ourselves, right? And forgive ourselves for that. That can be the hardest. To forgive yourself. But you know, we must. We know we're already forgiving. I am forgiving. I am forgiven. I forgive myself. So I am learning and growing. I signed up for this human experience. As we all did. You know you did because you're here. Huh? Right? You know you signed up because you're here. You know you're meant to be here because you are here. And you have a special job to do. And it's up to you to figure that out for yourself. Is what you choose. A little hint is what we're passionate about. What lights your fire? Huh? Cleanse all that out that is not us, and we're left what is us. Cleanse all that out. Cleanse out all that is not true, and then we're left with what is true. The divine being. That's you. Miigwech sage. Which all our guides and relations. And, so did everybody enjoy that tarot reading with my medicine woman tarot? Let me know, would you like to see more of that? How about this year we get a little more interaction going? I would love that, right? It's a request, right? You're all free will beings. You choose. You choose. Whether you would like to interact here or not, that's fine. You want to just watch, it's for you. Right. No right or wrong, right? If it helps you, it helps you. Right? Good. As long as it don't hurt you, please. If it's hurting you, turn it off. Don't watch. Okay? All right. Sometimes that hurt helps us. I've been really learning that. That's helping me to learn my boundaries and to go, wow, because I cared so deeply. I do care deeply and love so unconditionally. And that love doesn't turn off. Crazy. No, it's all good. It's all good. I just need to apply that love to myself too and love myself unconditionally and forgive myself. Right? For repeating things until I discovered what I was repeating. Right? Sometimes we're repeating those old cycles without even realizing it. It's like I've said, it's so ingrained in our society, it becomes it's like a subconscious thing almost because we're led. So once we become aware, awareness is one of the keys. They learned that at school too, right? Or maybe it was reiterated. I think a lot of the stuff I learned at school highlighted to me what I already knew, but it gave me different terminologies to call it by, right? Or to understand what was going on inside of me my whole life, really. So that's awareness is key, right? Just like in addictions and stuff, you need to acknowledge or accept, right? To get out of that denial, right? So that awareness, it brings it into your awareness and you accept that that's happened. Don't beat yourself up, right? So you acknowledge or you bring it into your awareness. You accept, okay, I've done this. All right, I'm human. You know, you forgive yourself and then we can take those actions, right? And then that equals the change. That helps us to make that shift and that change. But it all begins with bringing it into our awareness and being aware. And then stepping back, going, yeah, I did that. Oh, I did it again. But not beat ourselves up. Go, right, because I'm learning and growing. And every opportunity that this comes to us again, it's another opportunity to address it from our higher perspective or with the more wisdom or experience that we've gained, right? To reflect back. Remember, we're on a cycle, so we may be looking at the same tree as we're going around the mountain, but it might be the same tree, but it's at a higher perspective, right? We're getting to the top of that tree, which helps us see around all the other trees and going, wow, see, I'm one tree amongst all these other trees. I could feel them in my roots, but as I got up, I felt more alone because, hey, right, if our branches aren't reaching, we can feel like we're alone. But we're never alone. Like I felt so lonely yesterday. Hey, my BBS, what you doing? Right? Had enough gas to get around the corner. Thank goodness. If I run out of gas, I'm only around the corner. Literally. Takes longer to sit at the light than it does to drive to her house. Right? Amazing. It's nice when you have somebody so close that you love and that loves you, right? We accept each other. Hey, we don't always agree with each other, but that's fine. We understand that. And we appreciate a different perspective, right? That's so cool. It's so cool. I love all my BBSs I'm rebuilding because that's what I'm sad about, the family cleansing themselves out. I love them still. They're all welcome here. You know, I've been putting down boundaries. That's all I say. I'm more than welcome in my home as long as you're going to respect me and you're going to respect my home. Right? So, if somebody doesn't come back, and that's all I've said, is it me kicking them out? Or is them choosing not to come back? Right? And if all the requirement to come here, to respect, be kind to me, respect my home, my boundaries, right? Don't come in my home judging me, right? So, that's my only boundaries. So you come visit me. That's the boundary though, right? I'm not inviting you in to judge my house, to criticize me. Because that I no longer allow in my home. Before I thought I deserved that. Before. Well, yeah, I'm hard to live with, right? Really, if anybody really got to know me, they really wouldn't love me because, yeah, I'm hard. I got a lot. I'm a really emotional girl. Blah, blah. I'm a human being, and I deserve love too. I am loving. I am lovable. And I know I am loved. I know. And I know I've got lots of love and support, right? I'm working hard not to have those blinders going, but it's not coming from here. But I open up and going, whoa, I don't need it to come from here. Fine, you guys go be miserable over there. I love you. I hope you get out of your misery, but I'm not going to look here and feel bad about myself anymore. Whoa, what this big world to explore. This big world. Loving myself, and that's okay, right? Loving myself the way I wanted them to love me. Accepting myself the way I wanted them to accept me. We need to do that for ourselves. It begins within, And that's how we teach others to respect us. That's how we teach others our boundaries, because we have them. We treat ourselves with those, right? We don't compromise our boundaries for ourselves either, right? Because we don't feel good. Do what feels good, right? That's how we know we're on the right track. Alrighty, then there's my little babble. I know, and I realize I went within Wednesdays. It's kind of like I did it within Wednesdays, but I kept it for myself. I might put it up on the SOS Tech, because that's sharing our stories as being the raw and vulnerable, because that's our strength. Why was I ever strong? So maybe I'll put it up there as a thing, right? I'm putting myself out there to help others to be able to put themselves out there too, because that's how we get that help. If we keep it all inside, nobody knows. We could put on that exterior and everybody thinks, oh yeah, she's fine. Oh, she's beautiful. Look, she's got all that together. But we don't look deeper, right? We don't look deeper. And sometimes those ones that are putting on the happy face and trying to make everybody else happy, right, are the saddest ones inside. And they know how that feels, and they don't want anybody else to feel that way. That's the truth for me. I don't want to feel like, so I wouldn't share at groups and stuff. I don't want to make anybody cry. So when it's hard for me, and especially when it's that raw and that deep, I was full on grieving in that video I made for myself there. And that's hard for others to watch, right? Especially people that care for you. I find it hard to watch somebody I love grieving like that, not know what to do or say. So I send the prayers, right? So you see that and you cry with me, that's great. That's beautiful. Don't feel bad. Send those prayers, all right? Or see what that's highlighting in yourself too, right? Because that can help you maybe shift through too. That we're not alone. That's what I loved about the groups. We're not alone. Ever, ever, ever. Okay, I'm calling all of our directions the east. Path of illumination, the place of man, place of the spirit, the fire. And then the south, the place of innocence, the child, the water, the emotions. And then the west, that's the place of introspection, the woman, the earth, the physical. And all the powers and medicines of the north, which is our wisdom years, is the air, the mental. And we bring that all together. And in our earth walk, we walk from the south. The red road, earth walk. From the south, the medicine bag. As we gather our allies and support. And as we see sometimes those ones when we were younger, or not. Our own best ally and support is us and that connection we have to source within us. Always. To keep us connected, to keep us reminded. We are more than these physical bodies. These physical bodies help us to experience and learn more about our spiritual bodies. Right? So we go from the south in childhood up to the north into adulthood, into our wisdom years. That is our red road, where we become the messenger for others, where we teach others what we have learned by our example. Okay? And let others pull out what that message is for them. It's like I'm doing these readings. This is general, but it's for you to pull out or to listen to get your own personal messages from this. So these are all personal readings for you, because you're watching it, you and me personally, or you're watching with a buddy. And hey, you could be watching with a buddy and both get something different from that. And both have a very deep meaning from it. Or no meaning at all. Hey, no biggie, right? But that's a message in there too. Hey, that's something I already knew. It's validation maybe. Who knows? So, you. It's not what I say. It's what's coming through you. As you listen here, if you got a radio on, if something comes in and it seems to go, that's all part of the messages for you. This is about reading your own messages or seeing it, feeling it, okay? Because it be like seeing is believing. How about feeling is believing, right? Because your feelings are always there. Your feelings are true and trying to tell you something. So when we got to get out of our heads and bring it down to our heart, what's this feeling trying to tell me? We can think and think and think, right? And we get caught up in that and on that because we can't figure it out. Some things are meant to be felt, not explained. Some things can't be explained. There's meant to be this magic and mystery, right? Maybe. Who knows? Get out of the head, drop it into the heart, right? And we need them both, right? and see, but not keep this turning. Let's get that feeling. What's this feeling telling us? And feel it. Don't think it. Feel it. Hey, right? And then the blue road, the road of spirit, goes from east to west. We build on and expand. We're expanding because as we come to this earth walk, we're expanding in the spirit. We're expansion of all. And to the west, the setting sun, earth road, rites of passage, the change, where we get to decide, right? We're crossing over, we're going to the blue road. Do we want to come back and do it again? We can. Or do we want to guide from the other side? Right? It's all circular spirals. We can do it. And then we bring in our energies of above, below, and within. Right. We spread them all out. And of course, we have the keynote for the day, for the morning star spread. Our keynote. Okay, and the blessings we can be thankful for all day. When things get challenging, remember these. Whatever day you're watching. And then the challenge or lesson of the day. Because it doesn't have to be a challenge, right? We make it. It's only as hard as we make it. Right? And then our gifts. Gift from Morning Star. Right here. And our gift from Grandfather's Son. He's right here. And then our gift to share with all today. Our gift to share. Right? There it is. There it is. Okay, so our gift to share. And we'll look at the top and bottoms as our themes. There we go. On the bottom, we have the storyteller. Well, the expansion. When we're just talking, we're all here to help the expansion of the universe. The great one is divine. It's all spiraling out. Watch some science shows. It's very interesting how they say, oh, we can time travel. The further you go in the star systems, you're actually going back in time or something like, no, interesting anyway. It's all the sci-fi, all that, well, not science fiction, that's their science facts now, right? So, we've done all this exploring what's out there. Let's turn it around and go, what's in here? Wow, because everything that's out there is in here. What? Truth, though. Science fact. Well, breathing this air, this recycled air. Breathing the same air. We share the wind. Embrace the unknown. That's how we do that expansion. Right? We want to expand. It gets scary. This is a new year. What's that to bring? Is it going to be the same as the old one, or bringing the old in? But no, let's clear. It's clear. It's whatever we make it to be. Embrace the unknown. As scary as it may seem. Right? Look, that you meet that panther? That could be scary. We have a lot to teach you. To watch and observe. Let's observe ourselves for a little bit. Create that expansion. Let's observe what happens in our bodies in different situations. Right? It's our bodies that are the signals. Our truth detectors. Okay, we can say lie detectors. Let's go detecting truth. Okay? Let's not look for all the lies. Let's look for the truth. Let's feel. Feel for the truth. Right? Seeing is believing. Feeling is believing. Let's feel that truth. Because anybody can put on a great show and make whatever they want to make look true. Right? Yeah. So it's feeling it, because even though somebody puts on this great show, what they say, sounds true. Sounds like it. I think about it. It makes sense up here in my head. There's still this feeling here. There's just something that's, right? So a lot of people will take this bit of the truth, right? And then they pile all this other stuff on there that, they start with the truth, a truth, but then pile all this stuff on that it's not the truth, right? Makes sense? Understand what I'm trying to say? I don't know. like, to give my kids those tools out there to learn, right? Those that are trying to take advantage, right? And have some smaller scales or bigger scales, right? The ones that are trying to take advantage of you are the ones that are saying, hey, look over here, look over here. They're shining all these flashy lights, boom, 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 right? Grabs your attention while they've got something going on under here, right? Yeah, look over here, song and dance over here, all the smoke and mirrors over here. But you don't see this. They keep you distracted with this. This is so loud, you can't hear this little quiet workings that's going on over here, right? We need to pay attention to that. That's why it's the feelings, right? Because our brains, our eyes can deceive us the most. Our brains can deceive us the most because brains like patterns. It likes things to match. That's the primal part of us, right? Then we got the spirit too. So, because as humans, we're still all just little babies. Humans haven't been around as long as everything else on this earth. We're the babies on this earth, right? Tomatoes, tomatoes. I say right, it doesn't mean that, to each your own, whatever you believe. Just makes sense to me, right? All right, so keynote for today. The talking stick. Viewpoint and options. Options, right. Hey, any path you want to take, they all lead to the same place. I was just saying to my son today, we're all going in the same direction, right? The earth is turning in one direction. Therefore, we're all going in the same direction. Right? And I said related to like the like an escalator or something, right? It goes up in that one direction. You can try to go the opposite direction. It's going to take a lot more work rather than to just stand there and let it carry you up, right? If you want to go down, get on the one that's going down. So why, right? But sometimes it's fun to see if we can beat that. But we're all going in the same direction. We're all part of the same source. We're all going back to the same source. Tomatoes, tomatoes, whatever you want to call it, right? So, and it's sharing those. Let's share our viewpoints and opinions. But there's also times when it's not time to share our viewpoints and options. I say opinions, but it is options there. But I see viewpoints, I also see opinions. Right? Or viewpoints, it's perspectives. We all have different perspectives, right? Grow up in the same family and have two different experiences of that exact same family, right? So there's no right or wrong. We each have had our own experience, and that's what we're here on this earth walk for that own experience, to do our own personal part to contribute to that expansion of the all, right? And that's what we teach. Look at that, 15:15. It's teaching. Teaching is talking, talking is teaching, but we need to walk our talk, right? Teaching is talking. we shared that, but even the teachers, they're sharing their own viewpoints. So we can listen to those teachers, but we don't need to take on those viewpoints for ourselves because we have a different viewpoint. We have a different perspective just because we have a different spot on the escalator or on this earth, right? Our body is made of all these different parts. It's all part of the same body, but that part has its own function, its own purpose. Same with every single body here on earth. Like I tell my kids, even the blade of grass has a job. Even that grain of sand has a job, but is important and is needed here because it's here. Right? And we don't know what other people are going to get from us, right? So we just need to learn. What is this teaching me? Not what am I going to teach others? What do I got to teach my children? Well, there's basic things, please and thank yous, manners and stuff like that. But even then, I know I taught my kids manners and sitting at my table. Oh my goodness. Because hey, they choose what they're going to use. They choose what they're going to toss out. The teacher can choose what they're going to teach and what they're going to talk about. But the teacher has no control at all of what that student takes from it. And the greatest teacher knows they're still a student too, right? They don't get caught up in their own viewpoint. They don't get caught up in there's only one option. No, this option worked for me. Hey, you could try it and see if it works for you too. But hey, if it doesn't, tomatoes, tomatoes, right? To each their own. Whatever floats your boat. What floats my boat might not float your boat. Right? Personal journeys we're on. All connected to the one, but it's that personal journey we're on. It's our job to know what our journey is, what our contributions to this world is, what our expansion is, how we can expand ourselves by learning what is this teaching me, right? Sharing with others. What did you learn when you went through this? No, I didn't get that from that, but wow, thank you for sharing what you got from that, because I never looked at it in that way. So when we talk to others and we share our viewpoints and opinions, it's not just sway somebody's opinion or whatever. It helps opens our mind to go, never thought about it that way. Maybe I'll look at it that way, right? I'm going to look at that in a different way. I'm going to hang upside down and have a look at it now this way, right? You change your perspective. It can help. And sometimes we'll just go back, nah, I like the way I looked at it. Or, hey, the way I felt it and experienced it, that's what worked for me. To each their own. There's no right or wrong. Okay? Today's models. Whatever you believe. These are my viewpoints and my opinions and the options I have taken. Right? So, what I've run through me, what I've learned, and I'm sure I haven't learned what those teachers set out to teach me. Maybe, right? But I listened to this teacher here. That's my guiding force and always has been. Tomatoes, tomatoes, whatever you call it. I mean, I've always loved Jesus too. That man, his story, amazing. And I loved what my counselor said. Jesus was an Ish, eh? An Anishinaabe. Well, yeah, one of the first peoples here. They say the same lessons, and that's why our people believed in that, and we're so easy to shift and control, right? But then they say that's only one way. Listen, there's no one way. No one way. Okay, so the blessings we can be thankful for all day. That jumped up, right? We have allies and support, and when we're doing that for ourselves, we see that we are connected, right? If we can laugh at ourselves, oh, the porcupine, no, we're innocent little babies. Right? That's funny, right? Because that was in the child spot when we moved to the north, right? Innocence, not child. We are innocent babies here. We're learning. Okay? And we're all equal. Every single human being. We're all special and none of us are special. We're all special to someone. And we're all a special part of this world. Every single one of us. No exceptions. At all. All a special part of this world. Here to teach something. And we might not even know what we're here to teach. Sometimes, right? We just got to live our lives. That's the innocence. You just innocently live your life. I'm just living my life. And you don't know. You can make huge impacts on people's by just living your lives. I've had people go, oh, you touched my life so much, and I feel bad. I don't even remember them. But I've impacted their life in some way. And a lot of times it's just because I listened and didn't know what to say. And 95% of healing I learned through school, right? Comes from just having your story heard and witnessed without judgment. And I get that from a lot of people saying, thank you. I've had people come into my house, oh, I feel so calm and peaceful in your home. And I'm like, oh God, I wish I felt the way you did in my home. I haven't felt that calm and peace in my home for a long time. Trigger stuff for me. But I'm innocent too. We're all innocents, right? And even when I'm feeling there's no support around me, I've lost all my allies and support, my family has abandoned me, all that. I'm lying to myself. That's not truth. It's like I said at the beginning, because I'm looking here, and now I'm like, look at, oh my goodness. The world loves me. The universe loves me, and it loves you too. Oh yeah. It says yes to whatever you want. That's why we need to be careful about our thinking. Get out of our head. Drop down into that feeling. Drop down into that feeling, because that feeling is healing. You need to feel to heal. Right? Because when we deny it, we suppress it. It's like trying to hold that beach ball underwater. It's going to come up. Or like Gord would teach, it's like a valve there, right? Psh! It's just looking for a little place to get out. This valve's already weakened. Gets weakened, and then psh! Everything comes out that valve, right? Or, built up, pooh, explodes volcanoes. So if we feel it to heal it as we're going along, right? It doesn't take so long. We can process quicker. And we have allies and support to do that. And we are our best ally or support. We need to be our best ally or support. Don't be hard on yourself because you cry. Don't be hard on yourself because you've gotten angry, right? Especially when it's valid, when you've been treated unfairly and you're going, enough. I have to put down boundaries here because there's not much left of me. And, I've been focused on what I need, what you need. What do you need? What do you need? That I never focused on what do I need. And I'm a being human here too. I'm a divine being here too. I deserve everything that as you, right? No being hard on yourself. Be your best ally and support, okay? Because you're the one that you got to look at in the mirror. Nobody else. You're the one that's going to be with you till your dying day, when the body makes that transition and the spirit joins back with Source. You're the one that's there with you. So be your own best ally and support, because when nobody's there, don't continue that abuse on yourself. You did not deserve that. Nobody deserves that. So be kind to yourself the way others need to be kind to you. Teach them. You deserve kindness too. Teach them by the way we treat ourselves. Okay? And sharing our feelings. But we know there's sometimes not safe places to share those feelings, because they will be taken and then used to hurt you more, right? The flashing lights. Oh, it's all you. It's all you. I mean, right? Right. And you can tell through those feelings, those ones that are there for you unconditionally and love you unconditionally. And if they don't, there's something with them. Again, it's still not something wrong with you. You're absolutely perfectly imperfect just the way you are. We're learning. Okay? We're learning as we grow. Right? So the challenge or lesson today is that respecting ourselves and knowing this is a sacred space. And we have every right to put down boundaries and say, no, I do not want that in my space. If somebody doesn't like it, hey, that's their problem. Shine your light. Nobody likes it, they can put on the sunglasses. We keep shining. Okay? You think somebody's shining too bright, you amp up your light too. You don't go try to dim that person's light or tell them they should be dimming their light. No, everybody needs to shine. Shine, shine, shine. Right? Because that's how we light up the sacred space that we have. Frog. And that's how we cleanse it out. Feel to heal. That's the challenge. That's the challenge, because hey, in this society, no, you just stuff it. Oh, look. Oh, she's so strong. She didn't even shed a tear. Is that strength? No, because sometimes we don't shed those tears for fear that they are not going to stop. So we stuff them. But let me tell you from my own personal experience too, let them flow. Because they don't flow forever. They will stop and you'll feel better. Little by little. And I let them flow. And you know what? I feel better after. I feel a release, right? I feel more respect for myself and my sacred space. And I want more to take care of it. To take care of my little in there who's been hurt so much. But I need to cleanse out all that hurt to get to that, those true loving feelings, right? Cleanse out all those hurt feelings. What were they there to teach me, right? And I can look at it as, whoa, woe is me. What was done to me? What did it teach me? It taught me how to respect myself. It taught me how to place boundaries. It taught me I needed some boundaries. It taught me that I didn't even look at my own needs. So I needed to cleanse out all that was not me, right? All that was not the truth of who I am. All that was everybody else's opinions and, of who I was and their perception of who I was. I needed to cleanse out all of that to get to who I truly was, who is really me. And that's who I choose to be. And it's not people's perception of me. I am not people's perception of me. Neither are you. So I'm saying me. This applies to you as well. Right? We are not other people's perception, so we need to cleanse out everything that we are not. We find everything that we are. We are a sacred being here too. We belong here too. We deserve love. We deserve everything that we give to others. And we need to practice being able to receive. It has to be reciprocal relationships, right? Back and forth. You give and receive. Right? We don't take. We give and we open to receive. Right? But we need to cleanse out all those feelings that we don't deserve that we're unworthy. Cleanse that out. We are all worthy. All righty. And our gift from Morning Star. The advancement, the war bonnet. We are not at war. We stop that war within ourselves. Right? Because then we make that advancement. When we see, we bring that peace inside. We don't need to fight ourselves anymore. We don't need to fight anybody. Okay? That's when we truly advance, and we're advancing as a world, right? So look at how far you've come. You've already made so much advancement. So Morningstar wants to bring our attention to that, right? And that gift. And when we use our integrity impeccably, right? That helps us to advance more. We hold ourselves back when we stay caught in these cycles, right? When we stay caught here, right? We go into that expansion and we advance when we embrace that unknown. We share our stories and know that these are just talking sticks, and everybody that's sharing their stories, there's something in this. Everybody we talk to has something to teach us. Everyone we encounter in this earth has something to teach us. Whether we meet them face to face, or maybe it's over the TV, or we've caught something over there, we heard something on the radio. Everything is here to teach us something. It's up to us to decipher what that is for us. Or decipher, it sounds more like a head thing, right? To drop that down, to run it through our systems, and use our integrity impeccably. Does this go against what we believe? Does this go against who I am? Does this deny who I am? Is this respecting my sacred space? Am I respecting my sacred space? Right? So we move and expand. And look at that, eh? It's the mirror for these two right here. Right? Use your integrity impeccably. We all need to be examples of that. And not knock people down. I used to get that, oh, goody two-shoes, right? Because I highlighted something in somebody else. Or stop working so hard. You're making us look bad. If you're telling somebody else to stop shining and stop doing the best they can because it's making you look bad, that's not making you look bad. You are feeling like you look bad when you don't. Because maybe you don't want to work so hard. So you think, oh, because they're working so hard, then everybody's going to expect me to work that hard. So, again, that's in you. Find that advancement. Don't take it personally. Be true to you and use your integrity impeccably. What are your morals? What will you allow? What do you, deal breakers. Wish you love and stuff, but I can't have you in my circle right here. I need to put you in the outer circles here. Okay? Because my integrity and my impeccability, first and foremost to myself, I need to be my own best ally and know that I deserve to be treated with respect, to have my sacred space treated with respect, no matter how much of a mess it is. Tell everybody, just because there's a mess, it's not an invitation for more mess, right? Tell my kids. Anyways. And then the gift from grandfather's son. Thunder beings, right? The usable energies. It's up in the sky. You start those rains. It's thunder. It's loud to grab your attention, right? And all those energies, it revives that earth. Like the earth looks so alive when you see pew, 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 lightning storms. Wow. Think of those storms. Oh, beautiful, magical. You can harness those energies too. Do we harness those energies? Or we use those energies? Right? We use them. They're always there, continuously flowing. We call that in. We need to take that rest to find those energies that we have to use for ourselves, right? And what we're weaving. What are we putting our energies into in the stories that we're weaving and telling ourselves, right? Is our stories helping to create our expansion? Or are stories keeping us trapped in our own webs, unable to see the stuff that we've caught at the outer rims, right? Because we're so focused here. Well, that's what grandfather's son wants to highlight for you and shine. You have all this usable energy. And what are you using it for? to go over and over in these same cycles, or are you using that to help get out of those cycles and create that expansion, right? Spider weaves its web in spirals too, and expanding. So are we just going around in this circle, and we're not creating a big web to catch our food, to catch our more light, or our desires or dreams, whatever, right? Or are we circling out and we're expanding that web and making a bigger web to open up our options and our viewpoints, to see how many more options that we have, because it's not just here. Whoa, right? Many, many. Well, that's from grandfather's son. How are you using that energy? What are you weaving for yourself? What are you creating for yourself? And are you using your words? Because spiders, one of the stories is that the spider helped create primal language. Oh, and we just saw Charlotte's Web. One of my favorite stories, and I think that's why I love spiders. I don't want them on me, like they creep me out, but I love to watch them. I love to watch them. And our gift to share with everyone else. Passion, the fire medicine, right? We can be that spark. Because as we shine our light, hey, we might help ignite somebody else's spark. So they shine their lights too. So what brings us passion? Because that helps other people feel alive too. When you see somebody who's passionate, you can feel that. You know? Anybody watch like that, you know, the singing shows, American Idol or whatever? When they get right into that passion, you get those goosebumps because you can feel that they're so into that. That's their passion. And it comes through and it ignites something in you too. I feel that. Do you feel that? Right? We can do that for each other. And that leadership. So take the lead. Take the lead today. Let your passion lead the way. Right? And a leader, sometimes we look up to our leaders and we don't see them as human. We put them above. But they're with us too, right? We're all a leader in our own lives. In our own right. Okay? And like I tell my children, the best leader knows how to follow, when to let somebody else take the lead, right? The leader doesn't have to be always out front, doesn't have to be the center of the show. The greatest leaders helps to empower others. Not has power over, it helps to empower others, helps others to ignite their passion. So we're great leaders just by doing that ourselves, walking our talk, right? Igniting our passion. We don't know what anybody's going to get from that, so we just need to lead in our own lives. Right? Choose what's going to lead our own lives. And that should be the integrity. Impeccably. Right? That's what Jesus was trying to teach too. Right? That anything he can do, we can do too. He was just being an example of all the powers that be within us. Right? The Son of God. We're all the Son of God. Right? We're all part of this great oneness divine. You know, there are some stories I think that, yes, that Jesus was actually God made manifest in the physical form. Well, I truly believe we are all God made manifest in physical form. Right? Are we all God's sub-personalities trying to discover itself and learn? Because in psychotherapy, right, we need to go in and find those little, and it sounds like you're splitting your personalities, but we kind of do that. We all wear different hats, you know. You're not the same person you are at your job as you are at home, right? We wear those different hats and those different masks for those different times. So it totally makes sense to me. Maybe we're all God's sub-personalities, right? The great oneness divine discovering itself, creating its own expansion. Finding that passion. Huh? Okay. Who knows? Tomatoes, tomatoes. That's what I choose to believe. There's my viewpoint, my options. Try to walk my tongue with that, right? Try to be a leader. Apparently, right? Because it's your firstborn, that's part of your birthright, maybe? No? Bossy? Leader? I don't know. Don't follow me, I don't know where I'm going, right? I'm trying to figure out where I'm going myself, right? That's the thing, too. Follow your heart. Let that guide you. Let that be your leading force. Your passion. Your passion. What ignites your passion? Because that's a clear sign. That's going to bring you expansion. And sometimes we need to clear things out. What do you mean it's got to bring me expansion? I'm feeling so empty right now. Well, right? How can you fill a cup that's already full? We need to be cleared out in order to be refilled. Right? We clear it out and we refill. That's like our breath, right? We breathe it out and then we refill. Because if we just kept inhaling and just kept bringing in, our lungs would explode. So there has to be, right, the ebb and flow. Is it the ebb and flow, right? Make wedge, you beautiful beings. Let me see if I can turn. Whoop. My dragon just fell over. There's my dragon just fell over. See, I put that little, it's all choked up in the, my, Frank, what's that thing called? Yeah, it's called a tripod, right? A tripod. Oh, right, because the little hole is under there. And then I can't hear then anything. So here we are. There's our morning star spread, our main. We're expanding, embracing the unknown. Because where are we expanding to? Oh, I don't know. We're all out into the space. Woo. Woo. Take up space. Don't be afraid to take up space. Expand that spirit of yours. Shine that light. This world needs it. Needs it, right? Viewpoints and opinions, that's how. We don't know. But we're here to teach something. Everyone is here for teaching and showing options the way they do it, right? And then we tweak it on our own. So you're important. And you're not here to figure out what you're here to teach. You're here to figure out, what's this teaching me, right? That's our main thing. What's this teaching me? We're reflecting on, what did last year teach me? What did all these things teach me? Who was my allies and support? Knowing that we are innocent in all of this. We're little babies, us human beings. So we need to be a support and ally for each other. And that begins within, being that support and ally for ourselves. Right? And cleansing out all that is not us. Right? Knowing that we deserve respect. That our body is a sacred space too. That our homes are our sacred spaces too. And we need them cleansed of anything that is not respecting. Our bodies are our homes. And that's okay. And don't feel bad about that. Right? We need to shift that perspective. Stop looking over here and look over here. Or open it up. Right? Still look over there. We still need to know this stuff happens. Right? But no, I'm choosing not to let that affect me. Right? Because I'm looking for that expansion, right? And I'm going to use my integrity impeccably. I'm not going to be hard on myself. I'm going to forgive myself for those things that I didn't know. Right? Those things where I thought I had to defend myself. You know, to make an advancement. No, but as we see those other viewpoints, that's how we advance. That's how we expand, right? Tell of our stories. Embrace the unknown. We create that expansion for all. Right, and that usable energy, how are we using that energy? Gift from Grandfather Sun. Did I say that already? Gift from Morning Star, gift from Grandfather Sun. It's that usable energy. Every day is a new day. We can count on Grandfather Sun to always be there to light the way. And what are we weaving for ourselves, right? Are we staying in circles? Are we expanding that web out? Right? We're all very important and needed here. And there's what we got to share. To go by our passion. Be a leader of how we follow our passions. Right? And who to follow? Our own hearts. That's what should always be leaning. The spirit, the divine. Because we're having this human experience in our brains, our human brains. And our human eyes can really deceive us. Big time. Run it through those feeling systems. What ignites your passions? Feel to heal. Release all that is not you. And then you're left with what is. Release all that is not true. And then you're left with the truth. So, Miigwech, beautiful beings. Thank you for being you and shining your light through in everything you do. Because what a difference you make in this world. And it's so much more beautiful when you're letting your light shine. Shine it through. Love you, love you, love you. Biggest heart hugs ever. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Peace. Thank you. Hey, hey. Thank you.